Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to make this really gorgeous snowflake. Recently I had posted on my Instagram and my Facebook about the snowflake, and I got a few requests to do this, and most of you all suggested that I do the bigger one. I had made a smaller snowflake as well, so if you want another tutorial on the smaller snowflake, then just let me know in the comment section below. But for this tutorial I'll be showing you how to make the larger one. So if you would like to learn how I crocheted this gorgeous snowflake, then please keep watching. In this tutorial I'll be using a 4mm size crochet hook and the yarn corresponding to the size of my hook. So to begin, first we need to make a slip knot. You may make your slip knot whichever way you prefer. Alright, and once you've made your slip knot, now you're ready to make a foundation chain. So for this project, for the snowflake, you need to make a foundation chain of 5. Alright, so to make a foundation chain, all you need to do is make sure your crochet hook is facing up. Okay, so the crochet hook side of your hook is facing up, and then just go below your yarn like so. Pull your hook down, grabbing your yarn, pull it down and pull it through. Okay, so this right here is chain 1, so you need to make 4 more of that. So you're just going to do the same thing. You're just going to go below your yarn, grab your yarn, pull it down and pull it through. Okay, 4 and 5. So here I've made my foundation chain. If you want a more detail on how to make your slip knot or your foundation chain, then I will leave links in the description box below to my previous beginner tutorials where I teach you how to do that. Okay, so you may check those if you need to and then come back to this one. So next what we need to do is to make a slip stitch into the first chain right here. Okay, the first chain we made. If you're not quite sure where your first chain is, all you need to do is count backwards from your hook. Alright, so when you count backwards from your hook, you're not going to count the loop on your hook, rather you're going to start counting from the one below. So this one right here. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so this chain space right here, you're going to make a slip stitch. So to make a slip stitch, all you need to do is insert your hook right there like so. Grab your yarn, pull it down, pull it through and pull it through again. Okay, so that is a slip stitch. So now we've converted our chain into a foundation ring like so. Alright, now before we begin row 1, just 2 tips that I usually give my viewers. One thing is, this is your loose end right here, right? So when you continue with row 1, make sure that you're holding your loose end along with your foundation chain like so, so that when you're working your stitches around, this loose end sort of gets into your stitches and you do not have to worry about it in the end. Okay, and another thing is, when you separate your yarn like this, when you separate your stitches, your chain spaces, you will see there are 2 spaces opening up, right? So make sure that all the stitches in row 1, you're going to be doing it into the larger space here, the larger one below, and not into the chain space here. Okay, because this one, the larger one, is the center of your ring. All right, so make sure you put all your stitches into the center larger one here. Okay, so now that we've all got that cleared out, now we're ready to begin our row 1. So for row 1, you're going to make a chain of 3. Okay, you're going to start with a chain of 3. So you're just going to go ahead and make a chain of 3 like this. Okay, this chain 3 is going to act as your first double crochet. So when I say double crochet, this is the US term. So in the UK, this will be your treble crochet stitch. Okay, so this is going to act as one double crochet. Alright, now after that you're going to make 11 more double crochets all the way around into this foundation ring. Okay, 11 more plus this chain 3, so a total of 12 double crochet. Alright, so to make a double crochet, all you need to do is yarn over once, go into the center of the ring, the space that I told you before, grab your yarn, pull through. You have 3 loops on the hook. Grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops. Now you have 2 loops on the hook. grab your yarn and pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, so that is 1 double crochet there. All right, so we have a chain 3 and 1 double crochet. Okay, now we're going to make a total of 12 double crochet. So you're just going to continue, yarn over once, go into the center of the ring, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on the hook, grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on the hook, grab your yarn, pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, so you're just going to continue till you get a total of 12 double crochet. So that includes that chain 3, so the chain 3 plus 11, or a total of 12 double crochet. Okay, so you're just going to continue till you get a total of 12 double crochets for your row 1. So here I worked my 12 double crochets. Okay, so when I say a total of 12 double crochet, that includes the chain 3. So your chain 3 plus 11, that's a total of 12 double crochet. Okay, so that finishes your row 1 basically. So just to end your row 1, all you're going to do is make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain that we made. Okay, so this is our chain 3 right here. You're going to go into the 3rd chain, so this one right here. Insert your hook right there, like so. Grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. So making a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. Alright. So here we complete row 1. You may pull on your loose end just to tighten the center space if you need to. Okay. So this completes row 1, and now we're ready to begin row 2. So for row 2, the first thing you're going to do is make a chain of 5. Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and make a chain 5 like so. Alright, and the first 3 chains in this chain 5 is going to act as your 1 double crochet. Alright, and then the next 2 chains are going to act as the chain space between your stitches. Okay, so we made a chain 5, and then what you're going to do is you're going to work 1 double crochet into the next space right here. So if you see, this chain 5 sort of contributes for this space here, right? And now we're going to go into this space, okay, into the next gap space here between your double crochets. Okay, between these 2 double crochets, and work 1 double crochet. So you're going to yarn over once like so, insert your hook into that gap space, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on our hook, grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on our hook, grab your yarn and pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, and then you're going to make a chain of 2, 1 and 2, and then again you're going to go into the next gap space. So this is where we worked this double crochet. So now we're going to work into this space here. We're going to do 1 double crochet. So again, yarn over once, go into that gap space, insert your hook there, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on our hook, grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, grab your yarn, pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, chain 2, 1 and 2, and then again we are going to do 1 double crochet into the next space. So this space right here between your 2 double crochets. Okay, so work 1 double crochet there, chain 2, 1, 2, and then work another double crochet into the next space here. So we're basically just repeating this all the way around. So we're doing 1 double crochet here into the gap spaces from the previous row, okay, between your double crochets, and then chaining 2 in between your double crochets. That's it. Okay, so you're just going to go all the way around and do the same thing. So again, for this row 2, you're going to get a total of 12 double crochets. Okay, just make sure that you chain 2 in between. So just work all the way around. Like so. So here we are almost done. Just going to work one more double crochet here, my last one. Okay, and then my chain 2. Alright, and just before I slip stitch and finish off row 2, I would suggest just count your double crochets in row 2 and make sure that you have 12. Alright, so our first chain 3 is going to act as one double crochet, so we are going to count that as 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So we've done it right. We've got 12 double crochets in total in row 2 as well. After your chain 2, what you're going to do to finish off row 2 is make a slip stitch into the third chain. Okay, so from the first 5 chains, you're just going to count the third chain, so this one right here, and work a slip stitch. So insert your hook into that chain space, grab your yarn, pull it through and pull it through again. So this completes our row 2. So now to begin row 3, all you're going to do is do a chain of 3, 1, 2 and 3. This is going to act as one double crochet. Alright, and then we're going to work 3 double crochets into this gap space right here. Okay, so after your chain 3, you're just going to yarn over once like so, go into this gap space, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on our hook. Grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on our hook, grab your yarn, pull through the next 2 loops. So that's one double crochet, two double crochet and 3 double crochet. Okay, so including our chain 3 that we did initially and this 3 double crochet, now we have 4 double crochets here. Okay, and then you're going to make a chain of 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and you're going to skip the next gap space, so you're going to skip this space and work straight into this one here. Okay, and we are going to work 4 double crochets all into this gap space here. Alright, so you're going to yarn over once, skip this gap space and go into the next one here and work 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we worked 4 double crochets all into this gap space. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and again you're going to skip the next gap space. So we worked our 4 double crochets in this one, skip this one and go straight into this gap space. So you're skipping one gap space, going into the next one and work again 4 double crochets all into this space right here. Okay, so the same thing, you're going to yarn over once, go into that gap space and work 4 double crochets. 1, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet and 4 double crochet. So you're basically going to be doing this all the way around. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, skip one gap space. So you're going to skip this one and work into the next one, work 4 double crochets here, chain 3, skip this one and work 4 double crochets here, chain 3, skip and work 4 double crochets. Okay, so this is how you're going to go all the way around. So chain 3, skip this one, work into the next one. So this one right here, we are going to work again 4 double crochets. So just do that all the way around. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, you're gonna chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, skip this one, go into the next gap space, so this one right here, and work again 4 double crochets. So just work that all the way around. 2, 3 and 4. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, skip this gap space, so skip this one and work into this one right here. You're going to work 4 double crochet again. 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and then we are just going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and we are almost done with our row 3 as well. So before we slip stitch and finish off row 3, again make sure that you've got the stitches right. So you'll have 6 groups of your, or 6 sets of your 4 double crochets here. So we have 1 set here, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so a total of 6 sets of your 4 double crochets, and then you did your chain 3 as we normally did. And now to finish off row 3, all you're going to do is work a slip stitch into the third chain that we made. Okay, so into the third chain space. So from the first 3 chains, you're just going to count 1, 2, 3. So into the third chain space, so this one right here, you're just going to work a slip stitch. So insert your hook right there, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. So that right there ends your row 3. Okay, so now let's start with our row 4. Row 4 is where we get that shape of the snowflake. Okay, so we'll do it together. So once you've slip stitched and finished your row 3 like so, you're just going to chain 1. Okay, this chain 1 is not going to act as any stitch, it's not going to count as any stitch. We just chain 1 and then we're going to slip stitch into the next chain, so next stitch space right here. Okay, so this space right here. Okay, we are just going to make a slip stitch here. So you're going to insert your hook here, grab your yarn like so, pull through and pull through again. Okay, so 1 slip stitch into the next stitch space like this. So that brings us to the middle of this set of 4 double crochets from the previous row. Okay, we got our crochet hook in the middle of this set. Okay, right, and now you're just going to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. All right, and then you're going to go back into that same stitch. So we're going to go back into this stitch space here and work a slip stitch again. So after your chain 3, you're going to just insert your hook again into that stitch space, the same stitch space that we worked. Grab your yarn, pull through like so, and then pull through again. Okay, so that makes a small kind of bobble or small thing here. Okay, all right. So next thing what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch again into the next stitch space. So this is our next stitch space here. So you're going to insert your hook, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again, 1 stitch space there. Okay, into the top of the last double crochet from this stitch, and then we are going to work another slip stitch into this gap space here. Okay, remember the gap spaces we skipped from the previous row, so this one right here. Okay, our chain 3 that we did. So you're just going to insert your hook there, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through. So one slip stitch into that gap space here. Okay, and now we are going to chain 1. Okay, this chain 1 is going to act as one single crochet. All right, and then you're going to make 1 half double crochet into that same gap space. So you're going to yarn over once, go into that gap space, grab your yarn, pull through. We have 3 loops on the hook. All right, grab your yarn and pull through all the 3 loops. So this is 1 half double crochet. So this is a US term. In the UK, this will be your half treble crochet stitch. Okay, so I did a chain 1 and 1 half double crochet, and then you're going to do a chain 3. So you're going to just make a chain of 3 like so. Okay, and once you made your chain of 3, you're going to make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain here. Okay, so you're just going to count from your hook. So when you count again from your hook, you're not going to count on the loop on your hook. You're going to count from the one below. So this one, 1, 2 and 3. So this space right here, you're going to make a slip stitch. So you're going to insert your hook right there like so. Grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. Okay, it might get a little fiddly. Just work with me. Okay, take your time and work with me. All right, so we did a chain 3 and we did a slip stitch into the 3rd chain like so. Okay, and now we're going to work 1 double crochet into this gap space here. Okay, the one that we have been working in. So we're just going to yarn over once, insert our hook into the gap space, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on our hook. You're going to grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on our hook, grab your yarn and pull through the next 2 loops. So we worked 1 double crochet. All right, and then we are just going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and then we are going to work a slip stitch into the 5th chain, so right here. Okay, again, if you're not quite sure where it is, just count backwards from your hook. So don't count the loop on your hook, just start counting from this one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this space here, we're just going to make a slip stitch. Okay, so you're going to insert your hook there like so, grab your yarn, pull through. Okay, and pull through again. So slip stitch into the 5th chain. All right, you may just pull your stitches like this if it's getting crowded in this gap. Okay, just push it aside like this gently. Okay, and after that you're going to work 1 double crochet again into this gap space. So you're going to yarn over once, go into this gap space, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on the hook, grab your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on the hook, grab your yarn and pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, so 1 double crochet. All right, just work with me. Okay, and then after that you're going to work 1 half double crochet again into this same gap space. Okay, so yarn over once, go into that same gap space, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on the hook, and now we are going to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. Okay, so 1 half double crochet. All right, okay, like so, and then we're just going to do the same thing we did at the beginning. Okay, so this right here. Okay, you're going to do a chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and then you're going to do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from the hook. So this is 1, 2 and 3. So you're going to insert your hook into the 3rd chain and do a slip stitch, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. Okay, and then work 1 single crochet into this gap space. That's the last stitch. Okay, so just work 1 single crochet. So insert your hook there, grab your yarn, pull through 2 loops on the hook, grab your yarn and pull through both the loops. Okay, so that's 1 single crochet. So this is all your stitches in this gap space. Okay, this is going to make your snowflake design. All right, So we're just going to do that in all the gap spaces. So I'll just show it to you again. So once you're done here, what you're going to do is work slip stitch. So work one slip stitch into the next stitch space, grab your yarn, pull through. Okay, one stitch sorry, one slip stitch into the next chain space, and then another slip stitch into this chain space. So basically bringing your hook in the middle of this 4 double crochet from the previous row. So slip stitch till there. Okay, so that should be 2 slip stitches. Okay, one slip stitch in front of this double crochet here, one slip stitch into the top of this double crochet, and here. Okay, so once you're in the middle of your 4 double crochets from your previous row like so, you're just going to chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and then just insert your hook again into that same stitch space. So go back, insert your hook there and work a slip stitch. Okay, so grab your yarn, pull through and pull through again. Okay, so that you get that shape there. Okay, and then again work your slip stitch. So work one slip stitch again into the next stitch space. Okay, and work one slip stitch into this gap space. So get your hook into this gap space. Okay, like so. And then you're going to do the same thing we did into this gap space here. So all these stitches again into this into this gap space here. Okay, so first I'll just show that to you. So you chain 1 like so, that will act as 1 single crochet. Okay, and then you're going to work 1 half double crochet. So you're going to yarn over once like so, go into that same gap space, grab your yarn, pull through 3 loops on our hook, grab your yarn and pull through all 3 loops. So 1 half double crochet like that. Okay, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and then you're going to work 1 slip stitch into the 3rd chain from your hook. So you're just going to count backwards from your hook, 1, 2 and 3. So this space here, you're just going to insert your hook directly into that space, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through. So slip stitch into the 3rd chain space. Okay, like that, and then work 1 double crochet into this gap space. So 1 double crochet like normal. Okay, and then work chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. All right, then you're going to work a slip stitch into the 5th chain from your hook. So again count backwards from your hook. So this one right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert your hook directly into that chain space, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through. So a slip stitch there. Okay, and then work another 1 double crochet into that gap space we have been working in. 1 double crochet. Okay, push your stitches aside to make more space if you need to. And now we're going to work 1 half double crochet. Stick with me, okay, just to take your time and do it. So just do 1 half double crochet. All right, chain 3. So 1, 2 and 3 like so. All right, slip stitch into the 3rd chain from your hook. So 1, 2, 3, just make a slip stitch there. Okay, and then 1 single crochet into this same gap space. So insert your hook directly there, grab your yarn, pull through 2 loops on our hook, grab your yarn, pull through both the loops. Okay, so this is again one end of your snowflake. All right, so we are done with this gap space. Now slip stitch twice. So slip stitch 1 slip stitch here into this chain space, and then 1 slip stitch again into this chain space to reach the center of the 4 double crochets from the previous row. Okay, This might sound all confusing, but once you start doing it, you'll realize it's actually repetitive. It's just the same thing we're doing again and again. Okay, so it gets easier then. All right, just stay with me. Okay. So once you reach the center here, you slip stitch and reach the center of this 4 double crochets from the previous row like this. You're just going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and once you did your chain 3, you're going to go back into that same stitch space. So you're going to go back into the space here, insert your hook and do a slip stitch. All right, and then insert your hook and again do 2 more slip stitches. So you do 1 slip stitch into the top of this chain here and another slip stitch to reach your gap space here, okay, to work in our next gap space. So 1 slip stitch here, right, and another slip stitch right into the gap space, and you're going to do the same thing that we did for the gap spaces. So I'll just show it to you once more so that you get it. So once you slip stitch and got to the gap space, all you're going to do is chain 1 first. Okay, that one chain 1 is going to act as 1 single crochet. Then you're going to do 1 half double crochet like so. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Slip stitch into the 3rd chain from your hook. Like so. Work 1 double crochet into this gap space again, 1 double crochet. All right, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, slip stitch into the 5th chain from your hook. Okay, and then you're going to work 1 double crochet again into that gap space like so. Okay. Stick with me, you've got this. Then you're going to do 1 half double crochet like so. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into the 3rd chain like that. All right, and work 1 single crochet into the gap space. So that's it. So you're just going to repeat this all the way. You've done almost half, so you're just going to repeat that all the way till you reach this end, and I'll meet you right here. Okay, so again I'll just show you, just slip stitch, 1 slip stitch here, 1 slip stitch here, reach your reach the middle of this set of 4 double crochet, work 3 chains, slip stitch back, slip stitch into this gap space, and work the same way that we did in all the gap spaces here. Work all those stitches and do reach all the way here, and then I'll meet you. Okay, so if you're quite confused as to what we did here, just rewind this video tutorial and do it slowly, take your time and work all the way here. Okay, so here I've just reached my last gap space. Okay, so in your last gap space also you're going to do the same thing. So I've just slip stitch into the gap space, and then I'm just going to chain 1. So that chain 1 will act as 1 single crochet, and then you're going to do 1 half double crochet into that gap space. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into the 3rd chain. Okay, work 1 double crochet into the gap space like so. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. All right, slip stitch into the 5th chain like so. Okay, work 1 double crochet again into the gap space. All right, and then work 1 half double crochet into the gap space again, like that. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, slip stitch into the third chain from your hook. So we're basically doing the same thing, okay? And then work 1 single crochet into the gap space. Alright, so we are almost done with our last row, so we are done with row 4 as well. And now all you need to do is work a slip stitch. Remember the chain 1 we've initially made, so all you're going to do is work a slip stitch into that chain. Okay, work 1 slip stitch like that, chain 1, and then you can cut off your yarn. So make sure you did a chain 1, leave a little bit of the yarn to sew in the end. Alright, and just cut off your yarn like so, and then just pull your hook like that. Tighten your nose that you made here. Okay, and then just sew in this end and your snowflake is complete. Here I've almost sewed in my end. I'm just gonna cut the extra bit of the yarn. Okay, and then remember the one we left in the center here, the loose end. So if you had sewed in this along and worked in with your stitches, then you can just cut it off, or else just sew in the end and then cut it off, cut the excess off. Okay, like that. And here is your pretty snowflake complete. I think this is a really gorgeous way to make your snowflakes. The row 4 is a little tricky, it does take time to get used to, but once you're done, this is really pretty. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you could make your snowflake. If you have any doubts or if there was something that wasn't clear in the tutorial, just let me know in the comment section below and I would love to clear it out. Do subscribe to my channel for more crochet tutorials, and give this video a thumbs up if you like this tutorial. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.